Hi there, this is Bazz from 36dB, and this is a technique using take lanes to create complex edits of drum sounds using effects to give you a real 3D and much more interesting drum pattern. Here we have an electro beat to start with. Pretty straightforward. So what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate that track, and then we're going to add some effects. On here I've got the 36dB DBMX 1980, I've got the 36dB glitch-tastic device, and I've also got the 36dB warp and stutter effect from our super modular drum machine. So what you're going to do now is you're going to create a track to record the output of the duplicated track, which is where you're going to record 100% wet effects. Make sure the track that you're going to play is in solo and hit record. Now what you want to do here is you want to start to flick through the presets. Doesn't matter how crazy it is, that's the whole idea. So just keep flicking through them, see what kind of madness comes out. It's going to be out of time, it's going to be filtered, it's going to be weird pitching. This is the DBMX 1980 that we're doing right now. And as you can hear, it gets really quite mad. Okay, that should do it. So now you're going to delete that one from that main track so it's in the take lane. We're going to go back to our affected drums. We're going to select a different effect this time. This time we're going to use the glitch-tastic device. Same thing, you're going to hit record and flick through presets again. Remember, the crazier the better. Yeah, this one's got some pretty mental sounds in there. Crunchy, distorted, bit crushed, filtered, delayed, all kinds of wackiness. Okay, that should do that one. Again, delete what you've just recorded as it'll be in a take lane. Go back to your effects, turn that one off, and let's put the warp and stutter effect on. This time it's got an LFO on, which is actually flicking through the different presets, but we can offset that so it picks a small group of them as it's playing. So let's record again. Yeah, this one's pretty stuttery and a bit random. So this will give us some weird timing as well, so it's not locked to the grid within the beat of the main groove, which is a good thing. That should give us enough of that. Okay, now we want to select our parts, make sure they're edited to a perfect loop, and then you're going to duplicate them so you can put them underneath the main groove. Okay, so now we have our take lanes. I've added an additional take that I did of a slightly processed version of the loop, which we're going to use as the main bed, which we're going to edit and cut into. Here's a little example of that loop. So that gives us the main bed of the loop that we're going to add these variations to. So now you get your pencil tool and you start to draw and select different parts of the affected takes that you've done. We've got 3 for this example, but you could have as many as you want. And you keep grabbing variations, and then eventually you'll start to hone in and detail and grab the right bits. I mean, not every selection is going to be perfect, but with a bit of trial and error, eventually you'll start to get something that's much more cohesive and that really works as a complex edit of the drums. Okay, let's listen back to what we've got. Maybe change that one. A bit longer, maybe. Yeah, we're getting some good bits there. So let's have a listen to the whole thing with the original beat underneath. Yeah, sounds great. Maybe do some more variations and add a bit more to it, but we'll see what we've got. But here's another one I did a little earlier that's a bit more dialed in. I mean, you can do this kind of technique with synth parts. So you do textured versions and messed up versions of effects of different melodies and chords and stuff and things like that, and then chop into it and get all these variations. It's really great on vocals. It was a technique that I used when working with Sasha on our Tom York remix with Charlie May and Duncan Forbes. Yeah, we got some really great ideas out of that by just messing with the vocals and coming up with really weird ghosty stuff. But you know, all of these techniques are fantastic things to use in your music because it just makes things much more 3D, much more complex and interesting to listen to, and it makes tracks stand out. So have at it and see what you can do. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for listening.